Hey guys, life is like a box of chocolates, and a chiropractic adjustment is like making chocolate mousse. I'm done. Just kidding. This is maybe the weirdest video I've ever made because I'm going to present some things that I learned this weekend while I was at the Chiropractic Society of Wisconsin's conference. My mind was blown. One of the speakers was Dr. Peter Kevorkian, no relation to Jack Kevorkian, and he's an incredible speaker. Like, I was just so lit on fire by what he said. And one of the main things he talked about is how chiropractic itself, the adjustment itself, can be a means to a conduit to integrate experiences into your body. So a lot of people view chiropractors as people who fix pain. And it's frustrating because that's such a model that's integrated into our society that even chiropractors say things like that, like, oh, I'm gonna fix you today, or, whatever they say. And it's just simply not true. We actually take the experiences that the nervous system perceives through toxins, thoughts, and traumas. And a chiropractic adjustment can integrate that experience into your body so that if you are in the state of survival, which a lot of us are right now, that we can integrate, right? We can process that happening and swing us from that fight or flight to that rest and relaxation. So that's how, when we're in periods of stress, why chiropractic and why I preach that chiropractic is so essential in times of increased stress and anxiety, because we're not treating your pain, we're not treating your ailments. I want to know about them, of course, and I want you to tell me anything that concerns you, but we're really just making the nervous system work better. And that's the root of why you get pain. That's why I'm so passionate about the way that we integrate pain and the way we integrate emotions into our body, especially if we're not feeling them. So, how is chiropractic like making chocolate mousse? Okay, bear with me. So, when you make chocolate mousse, you melt some chocolate and you let it cool, and then you make whipped cream, and then you combine them together. So what we're doing is we're integrating the whipped cream into the chocolate. And what that's doing is it's making a more succinct product. We're normalizing, in our case, the tissue, but we're normalizing the dessert. We're making it smooth, we're making it even, we're making it integrate, right? And so that's why chiropractic is like making chocolate mousse, because you have to be gentle, you have to be methodical, you have to follow some kind of protocol. You have to, you can't put hot melted chocolate with whipped cream or it's just gonna, right? So that's why chiropractic is such a process and why it's so important to get checked on a very regular basis, because it's something that your body just does the integration. It doesn't, you don't need to do any effort except come and pay. So when I do an adjustment, the only thing I'm looking for is your body to tell me when it's integrated enough, when it's enough for your body. So one of the things I want to quote Dr. Kevorkian saying is that when you're in survival mode, something called, and we see this, I've never had a name for it, but adverse mechanical cord tension, which when I check your feet, what I'm asking of the body is, where is the problem? What do I need to look at first? Where's the primary issue? So when I do that, I'm looking at how your body responds to my physical touch. And when I check the leg links, I'm looking for a discrepancy on the right or the left side. And then I have a protocol that I follow to go through and check to see where the body is lacking in coherence with communication between the brain and the body. So when I look, I'm looking at either side, I do some testing, and I see where the body needs integration of information, okay? So for instance, because I go to a gym, I mean, sometimes people get injured, and it's not like you did something wrong. It's not you slept wrong, or it's not that you lifted something wrong. It's the mechanics were already bad, or because there's a physiological component to a subluxation, which is what chiropractors adjust. But then there's also the physiological part that causes that cord tension. So stress and being in survival mode or that fight or flight mode can actually cause you to have your body not be able to integrate information correctly at a place where there might be weak tissue. So that's why you would get an injury to a specific area in your spine. So hopefully I made that clear. If you have any questions, please email me because I love answering these kind of questions. So our body's need to integrate information it's like at the top of the chain. Like there probably isn't anything more important because we have so many senses that help us to perceive our environment so that we know if there's a threat or not, okay? Right now, with everything that's going on in the world, I'm seeing an all-time high of anxiety, depression, mental health status that people are really suffering. And it's partly because we are in a poor adaptive state right now. So we don't know what's next. We don't know what's going to be told to us on the news or what our grandma's going to tell us or what our kids are going to say happened at school. You just don't know. And so integrating that information, that constant bombardment of new and the unknown, and again, why I talked about the area of the spine last week, that, fear of the future and kind of not knowing what to expect next. It's absolutely crazy to think that you're just going to feel normal. You're not. I mean, you're human. So I challenge you to, if you haven't had a scan in a while, this would be a great time to get a scan. And the reason is not to see how bad you are, but to see how adaptive you are. And if anything else happens, how are you going to be able to deal with that? So, and of course, as always, I always recommend the scans and getting adjusted on a regular basis. You guys, last month, I got adjusted 3 times a week because I just wasn't coping well with the stress my body was under. And I also got a massage every week because I needed to take care of myself. I needed to give myself that time and integrate information because things are changing so often. And it's not uncommon when stressful situations arise that you need to do more of your self-care. You need to do more of maybe being alone, maybe doing yoga, maybe getting massages, maybe getting chiropractic. Like, the need is so powerful right now. And I love helping people the way that I do. And I'm human. So sometimes I have to get adjusted 3 times a week. Eventually my body acclimated. I got back to more of a balanced state. And now I'm just going once a week like I normally do. I can't go any longer than that. I really cannot. And I actually got adjusted this weekend too. So I'm due for, well, it's the first day of the work week. So I've already had 2 adjustments this week. So, anyway, I hope that you learned something from this video, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon.